Well, as we bring you the Thursday Sport Rap Show, Throwback Thursday, we look back into some of the moments of the year. This is what will happen for the next two shows, including this one and the Friday show, where we just look back into time, how this year has been going as far as this. So let's wait and see what will be on the show coming through shortly. What is a year without reviewing the Nedbank Desert Dash? Of course, it takes place in December, but there were some wonderful moments there. So we do have some highlights packages for you in terms of how the cyclists fared and how they felt throughout that gruesome journey from Windhoek to Swakopmund. Well, Mr. Kutia, a wonderful race. Obviously not in the lead coming into the final checkpoint, but fortunate enough that you managed to finish first. Obviously, it was a difficult race, one can see from yourself, but can you just tell us how was the route today?
Yeah, well, first of all, getting to the route, a massive compliments to the organizers. I've done the whole route last Saturday, and I was very worried about some very rough sections, and they've done an amazing job clearing it up, getting the graders out there for everyone participating just to really enjoy the dash. I think without it and without their input, the dash wouldn't be the same. So first of all, I'd like to start off just to thank them, because if it's not for them, we cannot have an event like this. And this event brings families together. It's building memories. So hats off to them. I think they did an amazing job.
Drickus, you go for it. Drickus, if I can just come in quickly,
Sure.
your second win here at the Nedbank Desert Dash. I don't think we've ever had such good racing conditions. Take us through the racing conditions early on. Not as hot as it has been in the past, but certainly a bit of a side wind as well on the early stages.
Yeah, sure. I think it was good conditions. The wind was from the front again, but not as the past. It wasn't as hot, definitely. For the race wise, we had a deep field this year. I took it out the first 10Ks into the race. I went for it. That's just my style, just to hurt the legs of the others. Then I got caught at 120Ks, 20Ks after the Koisep. I sort of sat up a bit because I knew the other two, they were only about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes behind me, so it wasn't worth for me trying just to push on. And then about 12 kilometers before halfway, there's only two of us left. We worked well, very, very well together. Then we got to about the 240 mark, the sandy section. There was one piece I just couldn't go through, and that is where Andreas got the gap. And I had some difficulties with my handlebar, my stem coming loose, so my light wasn't showing the road. It was showing like to the side. So I quickly stopped and fixed that, and then the chase was on again. Never back down. I knew I took it out extremely hard today. But yeah, I think I'm proud of my ride. I'm proud of what I did. Whatever ranking I'd have got today, I think I'm very proud of what I did today, considering the build up I had the last 3 months with illness and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely not the way a sportsman would like to win, to be very honest. It's a heartfelt message to Andreas. He was leading, unfortunately, but then once again, that's sport. You know, I've had this race in the past where I had my bad luck, so the race is not finished until it's finished. So I can feel, as a sportsman, I can feel it. But getting back to me, I'm very, very glad to pull off the second win at the Desert Dash and become a multiple dash winner. I also like to thank all my fans, all my family, everyone that's dealing with me, and all the input and stuff. You know, every time when I go out, I ride with my heart. I don't write to any script or stuff. I just do my own thing. And I think that worked for me today as well. You know, going out so fast, who would have thought that with a deep field like this, you go out that fast, you know? That was the plan. Just go out and hurt the legs, and rather than sticking with a bunch of 5 or 6 guys and saw each other out later, I thought, get it from the gun, see who's keen, see who's coming. And I think no one expected that. So It was a good race. I'm glad I'm finished though.
What is it about Namibia where there's this culture of endurance racing and just toughness? We look at the tenacity and grit of the Namibian riders, but at the top end of the field, you've just beaten a world champion. You've beaten the best cross-country marathon rider in the world this year on your home surface and at home in front of the fans. I mean, that's got to feel great.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we're a proud cycling nation. Whatever, if you do ultra cycling like me, we support each other. If you do mountain bike, cross country, road race, whatever the case might be, the whole Namibia is behind the riders, and I think that's a very special culture we have here. And I think our riders, we get confidence and we get motivation through.
Well, Roger, you don't look like you really did so many kilometers. You look a bit fresh. I'm sure it has been quite a tough journey on that one. Finishing second for Team Holland. What an achievement for you and for the team. But tell us, how was it on the road?
And also, for me it was very tough. I might not look tired, but I'm like completely finished. The only thing I want is probably jacket, shower, and my bed. But yeah, no. So yeah, throughout the whole race, we unfortunately just had some bad luck. First stage, chain dropped from Tian's. Second stage, my chain also dropped, so we probably lost like 2 minutes there already. And then third stage, Adrian had 2 crashes, so we lost 2 minutes with his crashes. That's already 4 minutes. Then on the 4th stage, fortunately we had a good one, so Ingram caught up to the leading team, Simon, and yeah, so then we had a bad luck again. We forgot about Ingram's bottle, so then we were a bit behind, and then yeah, on the last stage we're really pushing it, giving it all we got, and then yeah, bad luck again with 3 flats from Ingram. And then yeah, in the end I was completely done, but yeah, the team really helped to keep me there, and then yeah, just all the way to the line. So I think we can be super happy. I think yeah, we're very strong, and the teamwork was just awesome, and yeah.
Well, the future does look bright, and congratulations on a second place finish.
Thank you.
Well, Team Simon making it through, winning the 4-man competition. Just tell us, take us through the race itself and how you guys feel as a team.
I think it was a great day out. I mean, we had a pretty solid gap, but that gap closed down and it was pretty tense in the end. The last bit was just down to basically like milliseconds, and we had to find a patch just to make a gap. Luckily, just before a long, straight, flat road, we managed to just see an opportunity to take it, do some big pulls, and yeah, stretch a gap for the end.
All right, what were some of the challenges?
I think the sand was definitely challenging. I mean, it's difficult to find a line. Most of us were on gravel bikes, and it's kind of difficult to ride in the sand. It channels a lot of energy, so just to find the smoothest, fastest line is very important.
All right, congratulations on the win, and the future does look indeed bright.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Oh, I can't describe it. I struggled on stage 1, very much Kupferberg. I lost a lot of time. The ladies killed me, and then at Römte I did the Pac-Man. I caught one by one every stage. Yeah.
Nina, obviously a strong women's field this year.
Yes.
There was lots going on out there. 401 kilometers is a long
Yes,
way. How do
is.
you pace yourself, and what was going through your mind as you slowly started catching those other women?
I'm coming from the coast, so altitude and heat is not my thing. I knew I've got the legs from halfway, and that is what I did. I caught them one by one. Yeah.
Going through a race like this, and obviously being local here, obviously
Yes.
resident out of Germany, but local here in Namibia, you know that heat can be a big factor. Very nice weather early on. That made a
Yes.
massive difference, didn't it?
Yes, I took so many salt tablets, nutrition. I was constantly eating, drinking. Yeah, it's a tough thing.
Yo, okay, what an eventful day, hey? We started on the first stage, and I actually dropped like 40 kilometers in, and there were 4 guys in front of me, so I thought my race was over, and I was struggling a lot. I really was. I thought I was going to give up, and I continued, and later on, after the second stage, I got Martin Pryor, who came in with me now, and I mean, we worked together amazing. So we've done events before, long as this, where we would just ride together and we just lift each other up, and I couldn't be more grateful for him. And so we were together for the third and fourth stage, and then on the fifth stage, like 10 kilometers from Gonigontes, 2 other solo riders appeared out of nowhere. We didn't even know they were behind us. I mean, and we got so scared because we.
Yeah, so 80 kilometers before the finish, so not too close to the finish, but yeah, close to the finish of the pipeline. Yeah, I saw too late that there is some hole out of concrete square in the ground, and so I tried to jump it, but I hit with the rear wheel the concrete super hard, so the rear wheel and also the derailleur completely destroyed. So there was absolutely no chance to continue. Yeah, super sad because I felt quite well, but on the other hand, I'm happy I could avoid the crash, and yeah, I'm happy with my performance until that point. And yeah, it's racing; it happens. And
Would you
yeah.
say you would return for the next? I mean, as you have been so close.
Yeah, I think now I have to even more. I mean, 9 years ago I was second. Now I was so close. Let's say close to a victory. I mean, it was still a couple of hours to go, but it looked very promising. Yeah, so I would say I'm even more motivated now to come back.
Well, if you look at the background, you would remember that there was an important competition that took place here. It was the JSB Gold Cup, which took place in the capital city, involving some of the top Premier League rugby teams that fed into that one. Now, we do have some highlight packages for you to enjoy in terms of how the games fared, with Grootfontein reigning supreme in that competition.
Dit is dan die finaal van die NRI Vrouebeker vir 2025 tussen die UNAM Steenbokkies en die Wanderers Bokkies. UNAM Steenbokkies natuurlik wat sake in onlangse tye oorheers het en die gunstelinge was in hierdie wedstryd. Berry Pamwe Camborona wat daar vir die flank Emmeline Maree gee en sy duik oor vir die eerste punte in die wedstryd met 'n 3 so na 10 minute se spel en die UNAM Steenbokkies wat dan die voortou geneem het. Wanderers wat egter teruggeslaan het voor 'n tyd. Laurentia Rooinasi wat dan die bal gevoer het hierso en die senter wat dan die bal in die hande kry, Sadie Eyman wat oorduik vir 'n onverdoelde 3 van Wanderers. Jonah van Staden se doelskop wat dan links verby geseil het en dit was dan 5 elk gewees in daardie stadium van die wedstryd. Hierso Mandy Hansen wat ook die bal gegee het vir uiteindelik dan UNAM Steenbokkies se linkervleuel wat dan bo die doellyn gehou is. Edwina Castoor nie daai 3 gedruk het nie en die telling met rustyd dan gebly 5 punte elk. Na die omdraai was dit dan Wanderers wat hulle hierso op die aanval bevind het en Elizabeth Ugulu wat dan gegee het vir Astrid van Lille. Daai 3 is dan wel toegeken. Skeieregter wat so 'n bietjie gaan gesels het, maar die 3 is wel toegeken. 10 punte vir Wanderers en dan 12 wat dit geword het met die doelskop van Jonah van Staden. Wanderers hier op die aanval, Elizabeth Ugulu na Jonah van Staden en aan die hande gekry deur Memory Chivikwa. En Memory Chivikwa die nommer 13 center van Wanderers wat die volgende 3 vir hulle gaan druk het om hulle telling op te skuif na 17 toe. Die doelskop deur Jonah van Staden was tussen die pale deur en hulle telling groei aan na 19 teenoor die 5 van Unam. Ja, nie baie kanse gewees in die wedstryd vir Yvonne Koper nie. Hierso het sy versnel en vir gaping gesoek om 3 te gaan druk, rondom almal gehardloop en enigste 3 van die wedstryd gaan druk, maar dit is 'n bietjie te min en te laat vir die Unam Steenbokkies. Michelle Slinger met die doelskop ook wat tussen die pale deur was, maar die eindtelling dan 19 punte teenoor 12. Wanderers bokkies wat die bordjies verhang teen die Unam Steenbokkies en dan daai titel Wanderers toe vat in een van die suksesse vir Wanderers op hierdie dag se eindstryde. Ja, so dan van die hoogtepunte van hierdie wedstryd wat ons gesien het. Wanderers was hier baie gemotiveerd na hulle vorige nederlaag in die Premierliga finaal. En Grootfontein natuurlik kans van 'n leeftyd vir hulle. Danko Burger wat sake dan geopen het met 'n strafdoel. Franklin Bush wat ook in die kol was met sy eerste poging pale toe. So na 14 minute, dat is 3 elk gewees. En toe Grootfontein wat hier so op die aanval was met Pieter Daan Kok. Wikus Johan Littig wat binne toe gegee het vir Wikus Jacobs, maar het teruggekom vir 'n strafskop, tikskoppie gevat en toe uitgekom na daai oop steelkant toe waar Oliver Meton die eerste 3 van die wedstryd gedruk het en Franklin Bush wat geslaag het met sy doelskop en toe hierdie loop hier deur Kenu Shetukana kopgehou en aangesluit daar aan die linkerkant na Lazarus Joseph sy vleuelmaat, klop vir Tolly Chipute en gaan druk naby die pale oorgeduik. Franklin Bush se doelskop was oor, nog 'n strafskop wat hy oorgesit het dan die telling gemaak. 20 punte vir Grootfontein, 3 punte vir Wanderers. Wanderers wat reeds onder groot druk verkeer het hierso. En Edward Trotsky wat hierso op die aanval was, naby die doellyn. En dan die Watu Karuombe wat die 3 gaan druk het. Uitstekende skop van Danko Burger van die regterpaal af. Binne toe gespat oor tussen die pale deur 20 punte teenoor 10. Dit was die rustyd telling gewees. En in die tweede helfte nadat hulle omgedraai het, Janu Du Plessis daar net kort van die doellyn gekeer, maar het 'n man nog steeds oorgehad uit daarna die regtervleuel toe, Kenu Shetukana. En vir daai kontak was dit Rainer Augustyn wat daar afgedra is op 'n draagbaar, maar hy het ook 'n rooi kaart gekry. En hierso was dit Danko Burger met 'n dwarskop wat Jurgen Meyer in die hande gekry het en binne toe gegee het vir Tolly Chipute. Sy eerste van 2 dreë wat hy gedruk het in die wedstryd. Danko Burger, een van sy skoppe. Wanderers wat dan $30,000 inpalm as naaswenners in hierdie kompetisie. Ja, Wanderers wat geduldig was met skoppe binne trefafstand en Danko Burger se skopvoet gebruik het. 27-24. Wanneer hulle binne trefafstand was, Grootfontein wat hierso hulle kans gebruik het met 'n rolmal beweging en Wikus Jacobs wat daar oorgeval het, die kaptein. En dan 'n suksesvolle doelskop, nog ene deur Franklin Bush vir Grootfontein. Hy was goud werd met sy skopvoet vir Grootfontein in hierdie wedstryd. Wanderers het hulle bes probeer om binne trefafstand te kom en met nog 3 punte daar deur Danko Burger, maar dieselfde aan die kant van Grootfontein was dit Franklin Bush en toe hierso 'n loopie deur Lazarus Joseph wat binne toe gee vir sy kaptein Wikus Jacobs. Wanderers wat so 'n bietjie gelukkig was om dalk daarso nie 'n straf 3 af te staan nie. Hierso loop hy deur Tolly Chipute en wys sy spoed daar teen die kantlyn af en klop vir Lazarus Joseph, die laaste man wat hom daar uitgedaag het. Danko Burger se skop het nie die goal getref nie. En dit was dan in daardie stadium 37-32, dit was dan die eindtelling gewees. Ons sê baie geluk aan Wikus Jacobs en sy FNB Grootfontein span. Eerste keer wat hulle dan 'n Premierliga titel wen in die JSB Gold Cup. En daai titel gaan noorde toe vir die jaar 2025.
And now, before we close off, of course, one of the moments of the year in India this year, Ananias Shikongo pulling off one of the best performances of his career with a silver medal in the sprint events, also leading up for him to win. That was the Sportsman of the Year with a disability. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, see you again tomorrow at the same time and place. Goodbye.